Let's start today in, let's start seated. I like to start and end usually the same way. So if you have a home practice, you might think about how do you start and end? What are the punctuation marks of your practice? As you come to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you today, make it a little bit more intentional by moving the flesh of your thighs out of the way. You might move forwards and backwards, taking some rocks. You might take some gentle twists. And you might roll the shoulders. Hi, Ben. Any requests? When you're ready, when you've evened out both sides, and you feel like you're ready for stillness, start to slow down. You can always adjust your position. You might move the hands back a little bit so the elbows are under the shoulders. That allows gravity to pull the arms down rather than forwards. And you might close the eyes. As you press the sitting bones down, reach the back of the head up towards the ceiling. Very base of the spine. Can you imagine the back bottom vertebra coming forwards? And then from the front of the vertebra, so inside the body, can that move back? So it's moving forwards and backwards at the same time. If that doesn't make sense, don't worry about it. Notice your breath. Just by bringing your attention to it, it often will change. But try not to overexert any effort. Square breath together, inhaling for 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, holding for 4. You're welcome to join me or not. When you're ready, take a natural inhale through the nose. Natural exhale, exhaling all the stale air out. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Without gripping as you hold. Without this being your biggest, deepest breath. Finish the round you're working on. Come back to your regular breaths. We'll take one more together with a slight change. When you hold the breath and then you release it, it tends to be sort of a grip, a gasp. And to remedy that, what we can do is at the top of the inhale, we hold the breath. And then before we exhale, take a little bit more breath in and then release it. And same for the exhale. After you hold the exhale, when you're getting ready to inhale, release a little bit more breath before you inhale. See if you can smooth out the edges between the breath. So let's take one more round together. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling completely. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2. Little bit more air, and then exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale a little more, and then inhale. Come back to your normal breath. Lengthen through the spine. And blink the eyes open a few times. Okay, like that. Bring your hands together, clasping hands, and take some circles with the wrists. Moving in both directions. This could be slow, this could be fast, doesn't matter. And then bring the right hand towards the left thigh, reaching across the body. Reach the left arm up towards the ceiling, and then tip towards the sides. This way we're not curling down towards the floor. It's encouraging us to open the chest to the side for a little twist as you lift the arm over. Press that left sitting bone down. One more breath in, maybe look up. And as you exhale, come back to center and switch sides. Reach the left arm to the right thigh. Lift the right arm towards the ceiling, and exhale, bend. Relax that left shoulder. See if you can relax the jaw and the neck a little bit more. Pressing the right sitting bone down. Maybe look up. One more breath. Exhale to come back to center. Leave the left hand where it is, and then reach the right arm behind the back. Maybe it comes to the floor behind you, or maybe it reaches to the opposite hip. You're feeling like a pretzel today. And then press both sitting bones down, lengthen through the spine. Inhale. As you exhale, twist the belly button towards the right. Twisting. Then the low ribs follow, then the sternum follows. Either gaze over the right shoulder for the full twist, or more traditionally, you look over the left shoulder and bring the chin closer to the shoulder. So the thoracic spine, the lumbar spine, the low back, the mid back are twisting towards the right, and the cervical spine, the neck is twisting towards the left. Slow breath in. And exhale, unwind. Switch sides, bring the right arm towards the left thigh, left arm behind you, or maybe around the back. Could even be on the low back. Lengthen first, and exhale to twist. Twisting the navel, twisting the mid ribs, twisting the sternum. Relax the shoulders a little more. Press both sitting bones down evenly, and either gaze over the left shoulder or the right. The side ribs, take one more breath here. Gazing forward, unwind the arms. If you're seated on something, come off and sit on the floor. Even if the knees are lifted up, that's okay. Take a forward fold first. Walk the hands forwards. Maybe you come onto the elbows, maybe not. Let the head and neck hang. Forward extension, the spine. Inhale here. And as you exhale, walk the hands towards the right, taking another little side stretch. Press that left sitting bone down. Breathe into the left side ribs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale the hands to the other side. Right side ribs, press the right sitting bone down. Slow breath. Then inhale back to center. Exhale, walk the hands back towards the legs and come to sit. Okay, one more thing. Let the hands behind you. Fingers can point out or in, doesn't matter. And press the knees towards the floor. See if you can lift the hips up the floor a little or a lot. And then lower them back down. You might need to reset your hands or change the position of your wrist, whatever feels good. And as you inhale, lift the hips. And exhale to lower. Imagine the spine as you inhale, pulling through the hips, through the chest. Exhale to lower. And one more time. It's okay if they don't lift very high. Exhale, lower down. Okay. Give the wrists a little circle again. And then come to tabletop, hands and knees. No rush. You can move the wrists more if you like. And as always, the knees are sensitive. Bring some extra cushion under the knees, a blanket, an extra mat. Check your positioning. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Wide fingers. As you inhale, arch through the spine, gaze forwards. As you exhale, cat pose, chin to chest. Move through these at your own pace. And if the knees are really feeling sensitive, well, really, whatever you're doing, can you even out the weight between the feet, the hands, and the knees? So taking some pressure out of the knees, distribute the weight into the feet, into the hands. It's okay if the toes are tucked here. If the tops of the feet are tight, and it's hard to bring the tops of the feet to the floor, you might alternate. So as you inhale, you'll tuck the toes under, flexing the feet. And as you exhale, you'll point the toes and just stretch the bottoms and the tops of the feet. One more round, finishing on your exhale. And then inhale back to a neutral spine. Maintain that neutral spine. Start to walk the hands forward for puppy dog pose. So the hips stay where they are, but the arms reach forward. Maybe you bring the forehead to a block or the floor. Maybe the elbows come down. And if the knees are sensitive, how can you distribute the weight away from your knees? Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Back to tabletop as you inhale, and we'll thread the needle. As you inhale, sweep the right arm up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, thread it underneath the left arm, hover it off the floor. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, thread, hover. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, thread, hover, and hold, reaching the fingertips to the side. On your next exhale, lower the arm onto the floor, lower the right ear down. Gently pressing the back of the right arm into the floor. You could take that left hand and walk the fingertips like downward facing dog forwards. Press the left hip back. Lengthening both sides of the body. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Take one more breath here on your own. And then bring the left hand in front of the nose. And inhale, sweep the right arm up and open. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Other side. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, thread it through. Hover. Inhale to lift. Moving at your own pace. You might be moving faster or slower. Exhale, hover. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hover and hold. Reaching through the fingertips. One more inhale. And exhale, lower onto the floor. Press the back of the left arm down. Right hip back. Nice breathing into the side ribs, the back ribs. Noticing that compression you might be feeling so close to the floor and this weird twist in the shoulders. More slow breath. You extended the right arm, bring it back to in front of the nose, and then inhale, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, lower it back down. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lifting loose, and press the hips up and back. Just staying here for 3 breaths. Feel free to pedal out the feet a little bit, let the head and neck hang. You can lift a leg and open up a hip if you like. Anything that feels good here. Try to push weight out of the hands into the feet. And on your next exhale, walk the feet and the hands together to the middle of the mat. Forward fold. Spread the toes, generous bend in the knees. Maybe hold opposite elbows and hang. Release the arms down to the floor as you exhale. And then inhale, roll all the way up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Tadasana. So we're at the middle of the mat. We're going to take some gentle rhythmic twists. It just means we're not moving slowly. So start to sway side to side and let your arms swing. You can bring your feet a little bit wider than hips distance. So you have a wider base. And allow the entire spine to get involved. So allow the head to move, gazing maybe even all the way behind you. Resist the urge to come onto the outer edges of the feet. Really press the big toe ball mound down. And then let the arms swing with enough momentum that you're kind of tapping your kidneys at the back. Maybe just a little bit faster, 1% faster. Take a slow breath in. And exhale, start to slow down, coming to stillness. Let the arms reach towards the floor, bring the feet back to right under the hips. Widen through the collarbones. And as you inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, forward fold. You can bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms up. Exhale, lower the arms, Tadasana. One more time like that. Inhale, arms lift, any arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hold here. Reaching the crown forwards, forwards, forwards. Imagining there's a whole like tea set on your back. You're like a table. And you lift the back of the hips up towards the ceiling. Feel the backs of the legs turn on a little bit more. Slow down the breath. Pull the shoulders back. One more breath in. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees a lot. Bend the knees enough so that you can reach for the floor. I'm going to use a block. But if you can reach the floor just by bending the knees, that's fine too. Keep the right knee generously bent and bring the right hand down onto the block or onto the floor, maybe fingertips. Then as you inhale, sweep the left arm up towards the ceiling, maybe straighten that left leg a little bit more. Lean the left shoulder back. On your next exhale, lower the left arm and switch sides. Generous bend in the left knee. Inhale, right arm lifts. Maybe you straighten that right leg a little more. Exhale, lower the hand. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, lower the arms, Tadasana. Okay, now you can step to the front of the mat. We'll do 2 rounds of sun salutations. You're welcome to take them at your own pace if you know them. Go slower, go faster, whatever works for you. Let your next exhale be deep and complete, lengthening through the legs, the arms, the back of the neck. Then inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Plant the hands and step back. Knees can come down. Take 1 breath in plank, gazing forwards. And then exhale, lower onto your belly. Take a back bend. Any back bend, maybe baby cobra. Inhale, peel the chest up. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose or anything in between. Slow down your breath. Take what you need today. That's why we do yoga, not just once in our lives. Do it multiple times so we can see the differences day to day. Come to peace with the inevitable changes in our capacity and our mood and our breath. Your next exhale, be deep and complete. As you inhale, gaze between the hands, bend the knees a lot. Exhale, step to the top of the mat, forward fold with control. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, right back down, forward fold. Long spine, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank, step back with the other foot this time. Maybe the knees come down, look forwards. Exhale, lower onto your belly, elbows in. Flip the feet. Inhale, take a back bend. Maybe you're ready for a little deeper back bend, up to you. Exhale, downward facing dog, child's pose. Hips over the head somehow. If you're in down dog, keep shifting the weight towards the feet. You can bend the knees in order to get a long spine, and then work on straightening the legs a little more. Breath in through the nose. Deep breath out, let it go. When you're ready, inhale to lift the right leg. If you're on your knees, you can do this from a tabletop. Lift the right leg back, bend the knee, and open up the hip. Maybe you take some circles with the knee, trying to draw big circles on the side wall next to you, and all the way up towards the ceiling, maybe. Circles in the other direction. If this doesn't feel good or you're feeling unsteady, you could do smaller circles. You could also just do this with the ankle. Take some circles with the ankle. On your next inhale, straighten the leg, reach it straight back. And as you exhale, pull the knee towards the nose, plant the foot between the hands. Back knee can come down if it's not already. Maybe you're tucked toes and lifted the back of the leg. Look forward, squeeze the thighs together. And then as you inhale, lift the shoulders up over the hips. Bring the left hand to the right knee. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. And take a little side bend towards the left, leaning towards the left. Really squeeze the thighs together. Press into the feet. Press into the top of the foot if the foot is down. Maybe look up under your armpit. Relax the left shoulder. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Exhale, come back to center. Lower the hands and step back to plank. Downward facing dog. You can go through a vinyasa on your way there. I don't know if you guys heard that, but car with the loudest bass I have ever heard just drove by. Felt like an earthquake. From downward facing dog or table, as you inhale, lift the left leg, bend the knee, open the hip. See if you can lift that knee up towards the ceiling and take some circles with the knee, with the ankle, moving in one direction first. And then the other direction. For today, it's okay if the shoulders are moving. It's okay if you're not centered on your weight in your hands and your foot, your right knee. Just experiment with the largest area, the largest circumference you can draw. And on your next inhale, come back to center, reach the leg long. Exhale, pull the knee forwards to the nose and then lower the foot. Again, back knee up or down. Find your stability in the legs. Look forwards, press down, and then inhale, lift the shoulders up. Notice the difference between the sides. Make sure you've got a 90-degree bend in that front knee. You don't want to go too far, and you don't want to go too far back. Right hand towards the left knee, then left thigh. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, little side bend. Keep pressing the left hip down. Press the left heel down. Side up, a little wobbly. Squeeze the thighs together. The more you press down into the floor, the more foundational the pose should feel, the less work you have to do to stabilize. Maybe look under your armpit if you're feeling steady. Then inhale back to center. Exhale, hands come down. Downward facing dog. Maybe you go through a little vinyasa. Okay, now to the big show. Just kidding. Can you hear me okay? From downward facing dog or table, again, lift the right leg, bend the right knee, open the right hip. Inhale as you reach the knee up. Exhale as you pull the knee forwards and lower the foot. Now, lift the back knee up and then setting up for triangle. Bring the left toes and the left heel down on an angle so it's parallel with the long edge of the mat, with the short edge of the mat. Then, really press the outer left arch down into the floor. Bring the right hand to the right calf, the right front of the leg. And then press into the big toe of the right foot like you're pressing onto the gas pedal. From here, can you lift the spine forwards like a halfway lift, ardha chandrasana. Keep the right hand where it is, press down, and as you inhale, sweep the left arm open towards the ceiling. A little bit different way that we come into this pose today. Can you imagine opening the arms like you're doing thumbs up in the shoulders? Maybe gaze towards the top hand. Really use the feet, press into the outer edge of the left foot, big toe of the right foot. Pull the right hip back so you're lengthening from the right hip to the right shoulder, the right armpit. Bend into the right knee, bring both hands down, downward facing dog. Again, you can go through a little vinyasa if you like. You could do this from table instead. Inhale, lift the left leg, bend the knee, open the hip. Reach the knee up. As you exhale, pull the knee forwards and lower the foot. Setting up for triangle. Lower the heel on an angle. Heel to arch alignment in the feet. Press into the outer edge of that back foot. Bring the left hand to the left shin, front of the foot, front of the leg. Press into the big toe of the left foot. Start to straighten that left leg. Sweep the right arm up towards the ceiling with control. Lengthening the left hip away from the armpit. Pressing the outer arch of the right foot down. Inner arch of the left foot. Widen through the chest, lean the left shoulder back without overreaching in the arm. And you keep the thumb in line with the nose. Widening in the collarbones. Slow down your breath. Bend into that left knee, bring the hands down, downward facing dog. Okay. Inhale, bend the knees, look between the hands. Exhale, step the feet forwards, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, lower the arms, Tadasana. Okay, we're going to move slowly, one pose at a time, into half moon. So if you know you need a block, you're like me, you need a block, grab a block or something where you can press your weight down into it, like a chair, a bed, a table, something close by. When you're ready, press down through the right foot, Tadasana in the right leg. So to bend the left knee, maybe you're just on the toes of the left foot, thumbs to sternum. Maybe flex the left foot off the floor. Notice that little dance in the right ankle. Can you press the sides of the ankle down into the floor? Maybe lift the left knee in line with the hip. Inhale here. Exhale, warrior three. Keep the thumbs where they are, but tip the heart forwards. Kick the foot back and see if you can hover. And then bring the foot back to a lunge. Bring the back heel down on an angle, setting up for triangle. Press into the right toe. Start to twist open and bring the right hand down towards the leg. Bring the left arm up towards the ceiling. Okay, hopefully you have something in front of you, like a block that you could look down at. Maybe it's the table in front of you or the chair. Micro bend that right knee, and then hop the left foot in a little bit, so you're in a more narrow Trikonasana. Bring the left hand to the hip. Bring the right hand to the block or the table, whatever you have. Walk the block a little further forward, so it should be about a foot in front of your right foot, and it should be about 2 inches to the right. So it's not right in front of the foot, it's about 2 inches to the right. Press the weight into the hand and into the right foot, and then start to float the left leg off the floor. Doesn't have to lift very much. Ideally, you want to reach that left heel out to the side like you're in triangle pose. If you're doing this at a wall, it's even more fun because you can have the stability of the wall behind you as you lift the leg up and lean the left shoulder back. Again, can you lengthen the space between the right hip and the right armpit? Can you firmly press down into that right foot? If you're feeling steady, maybe reach the left arm up towards the ceiling, maybe not. Gaze wherever helps you keep your balance. On your next exhale, bring the left hand down and then slowly creep that left foot to the floor. Come to stand, top of the mat, Tadasana. Okay, other side might feel totally, completely different. So no expectations for this side. Press that left foot down firmly. Thumbs to sternum. Settle your gaze on something that's not moving. Lift the right heel. Flex the right foot. Notice that little dance in the left ankle. Press down through the ankle, both sides. Maybe lift the right knee in line with the hip. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Settle your gaze without focusing too hard on something. On your next exhale, tip forwards, reach the heel back, warrior three. Doesn't matter how long you stay here. You could stay longer if you like. When you're over it, come into a lunge. Bring that right foot down and set up for Trikonasana, triangle. Back heel down on an angle, left hand down, right arm up as you straighten the left leg. Left big toe presses down. That helps protect the knee. Right outer arch presses down. Maybe look up. Ardha chandrasana, half moon. Micro bend into that left knee. Bring the right hand to the hip. Take some steps with that right foot closer to the left foot. Bring the left hand to your stable block or whatever you have close to you. Make sure it's about a foot in front of the left foot and 2 inches to the left. Put more weight into the left foot and the left hand. Maybe start to float the right foot off the floor. Keep it really energized, pressing that leg straight at any height. The right toes should face the long edge of the mat. So they're facing straight out towards the side, like Tadasana leg in the right leg. Can you slowly spin that top shoulder open? Maybe you reach the right arm up. Again, lengthening from the left hip to the left armpit. This is one of those poses that the first time you do it, it never ever works. The second time you do it, it still probably doesn't work. Practice is key. When you're ready, bring the top hand to the hip, bring the right foot down, come to stand, top of the mat, Tadasana. Shake it out, you did it. Your next inhale, sweep the arms up, ardha. Exhale, take up space, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Meet me in downward facing dog. Maybe you just step back to down dog. Maybe you go through a little vinyasa, a little push up, a little upward facing dog. We're gonna come to a comfortable seat from downward facing dog. So bring the hands a little closer to the feet, just like one handprint closer. Bend the knees a lot. And start to walk the feet just one step closer to the hands. Keep pressing the weight back into the feet. You can bend the knees a lot. And then cross the ankles. If this is already feeling like too much for you, you can bring the knees down at any point. And now with the ankles crossed, you're going to walk the feet forward so the knees come through the elbows until you're seated. Okay. Something like that. Reach the legs long. You can sit up on a block if you like. And for now, just Dandasana. Press the hands down, flex the feet. Make sure the knees are pointed up towards the ceiling. Make sure the toes are pointed up towards the ceiling. Sometimes there's a little negotiation you need to do in the legs to get both of those things to happen. Press the heels forwards. Press the sitting bones down, lift the sternum up towards the ceiling, relax the shoulders, gaze towards the big toes. Keep your attention open and wide with your gaze steady forwards. On your next exhale, forward fold, Paschimottanasana. You can bend the knees, reach forwards. Maybe you're holding the calves or the ankles. Maybe you're holding the outside edges of the feet. Let the head and neck go straight forwards. Let this one be a little bit more restorative. There are definitely ways that you could make this more effortful, more energized, and this more traditional. But here, let this one be soft. Let your upper body be heavy. Just allow the weight of gravity to help pull you a little closer. Inhale, gaze forward. As you exhale, shoulders over hips. Okay, bend the knees, lift the feet. Make sure if you lower down, you're laying down, not on your block. And then Navasana, hold the backs of the knees to start. Pull the spine forward through the chest, and then start to tip back, hovering. Maybe your toes hover off the floor.
Maybe you flex the feet off the floor, maybe the heels lift in line with the knees, wherever you are today, it doesn't matter. And slowly lower onto your back. How long can you stay hovering as you lower? Pull the right knee into the chest, give it a squeeze, maybe rock it side to side. Hold the knee in the right hand and open the knee out to the right as far as it goes. Let your next exhale be deep and complete. Then inhale back to center, switch hands, hold it with the left hand, and let the knee cross over towards the left, but keep the right hip down on the floor. So as far as you can cross it towards the left without the right hip lifting up. You can even keep the right hand close to the hip so that it convinces it to stay low. If you're not feeling anything, start to stretch that right leg a little longer, maybe towards straight. See if you feel something now. Press the right hip away from the face. And on your next exhale, lower into the full twist. So allow the right hip to lift as the left leg comes closer to the floor. You can either bring the left knee or leg down. Right knee or leg down. Or you can keep the right shoulder down. Whatever is lifted up is the place that you're going to feel more of the stretch. So if the right knee is lifted, you'll feel it more in the low back. If the right shoulder is lifted, you'll feel it more in the upper back and chest. So pick your poison. Exhaling all the stale air out. Inhale to bring the knee back to center and switch sides. Send that right leg long. Left knee pulls into the chest. Give it a squeeze, maybe rock side to side. Feeling that compression of the thigh and the belly. Holding the knee in the left hand. Open the knee out to the side. Keep the right hip down. Doesn't matter how far the knee goes. Relax the head and neck. You might roll the head side to side a few times if it feels like it's gripping. Then use the hand, gently pull the knee back to center, switch hands. And let the knee come towards the right. It's crossing the body, but it's not allowing the left hip to lift. Use the left hand on the hip to help remind it to stay rooted. And again, if you're not feeling anything here, lengthen through the left leg. Reach the heel out. When you're ready, take the full twist, lower the left leg, let the hip lift. And again, maybe that left shoulder stays down, maybe the left leg stays down. Press the left hip away from the face. Again, relax the neck, the jaw, the facial muscles.
Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale to pull the knee back to center. Both knees come into the chest. You can rock side to side. If there are any final poses you like to take, you can take them here. Maybe you need a happy baby or something else. Otherwise, send the legs long and start to make your way towards Shavasana. You can always plant the feet and keep the knees up for Shavasana. Knees together, feet wide. You could bring the hands to the abdomen, but keep the elbows relatively wide so that the collarbones can stay open. Tuck the shoulders underneath you. Find more symmetry into the body. Can you extend the backs of the legs equally? Let the legs flop open equally. Sigh out your next breath and release the jaw. Let your body grow heavy into the floor. Relax, release, and let go into a well-deserved Shavasana. As always, stay as long as you like. When you're ready to come out of Shavasana, begin with the breath, reawakening from the inside first. And then add some small movements. Make those movements larger. Take any little rituals you like to take at the end of Shavasana. You can stay longer on your back, or you might use your hands to press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Letting your head be the last thing to lift, staying heavy. Allow the eyes to close or just gaze forward. Attention open and wide. Find that length through the spine, the ease in the shoulders, the ease in the jaw, even if it's just 1%. Imagine the breath in the lungs swirling around. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up, thank your body for working for you. Gratitude for the practice and its lineage, all the benefits it brings. And we'll close with 3 breaths together. When you're ready, exhale all the air out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, sigh. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Last time. Exhale. Thank you for coming.